Amanda, welcome to this crazy little thing called a podcast studio in the back of a shred truck. Have you ever done that before?
I have not. This is the first time. Thank you for having me.
I know. I'm really glad you're here. So tell me who you are, who you work for, what do you do?
Okay, so I'm Amanda Cavanah. I'm a Senior Director of Compliance and Risk Management at Access Information Management. So I handle security and privacy things for the company.
Okay, so in handling for a large company, handling all of that, what's the thing that keeps you awake at night? What's the thing that you go, and what gives you panic attacks?
Honestly, it's the unknown, because there are so many changes coming down the line, whether it's existing regulations or new ones. They might be ones related to privacy and security or climate change and the financial risk reporting related to that. Permits required for solid waste disposal companies. There are so many unknown things, and you learn about them along the way, and you have to, stay up on different things, and it's a lot.
And to me, it's not just at a national or country level.
No.
Especially in the U.S., it's like every state has a different set of regulations and requirements.
That's true. And, Access, we have a presence from Canada all the way down to Brazil.
Right.
So we're looking at a lot of countries and then provinces within those countries. And so the regulations are really varied, and you have to know the nuances for all of them.
Yeah. So in a company like Access, which is large, I know you head up this department, but do you have a team helping you with this, or how do you maintain any semblance of order about all the stuff you have to think about? Because it's crazy.
It is, and I don't head up the team. Actually, we have a great boss. Mitchell Perry is our VP of Compliance and Security, and he is really great at identifying all of our strengths and kind of deploying us where we're needed. So we have directors who oversee different regions. We have a compliance audit manager. We have someone who runs point in Latin America. And then amongst all of us, we also have specializations. So he's able to understand, what we're all really good at, and then, again, deploy us to those different areas.
Right. So what would be your specialty?
So I'm good at reading the regulations, digesting what is needed, comparing them to what Access currently does, identifying the gaps, and then launching a program to meet the standards that are needed. Okay,
and are you doing that in all these countries, or are you particularly specializing in the U.S. market or Canadian market, or how do you kind of, when you wake up every day and go to work, what are you uncovering? What are you working on?
So I am currently doing that for the United States and then Latin America.
Okay. Wow.
With support.
With support.
Yes.
I get it. Because I don't know how you would do that, because I talk to small companies who are in one state or one region, one local city, and their brains blow up with how much is required.
Yeah, but they also have a lot of other things that they're managing too. So I'm able to focus on this for the most part, which makes my life easier.
So I'm going to ask your advice here.
Okay.
Because you're a big company, you got resources and team, and you're a specialist. If a small company comes to you and says, Amanda, what do I do? How should I think about this? What would you tell a small company?
That's a really great question, and I'm a big believer that you need to understand why you need to do something, not just that you need to know that you need to do it. And so constant education is really important. And so for myself, I'm subscribed to a lot of different industry-based companies, and I attend their webinars, whether they're free or there's a nominal price attached to it. I'm reading different journals, the IG journal, I read that every quarter. And I'm reading about the different news that are coming out of these different regions, just to try to stay on top of things.
Okay, so a piece of advice would know what you need to know and go learn.
Yes.
You don't have to be the expert in it, but at least know what's required so you have an understanding of why to do that.
Yeah, know what your resources are.
Yeah.
And keep expanding those resources. You have to be a little particular. We don't have 24 hours a day where we can spend doing that. We actually have to get other work done
Right.
too, but it's important to understand those resources and stay on top of new information.
Well, I asked you that question because I know you came from a small company.
I did.
And so you have this interesting experience of being in a big company and also being in a small company where you played multiple roles, put on many hats.
Yeah, I think it really helped me coming from a smaller company because I also have a strong operations background.
Right.
And so I'm able to digest all of this information from these very technical papers and regurgitate it into words that can be understood by our transportation specialists, our record center specialists,
Right.
by our CEO, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's really given me a good opportunity to be able to broadcast that information in different ways.
Yeah, that's really cool. So today, I'm going to just make you blush a little bit, but today you got awarded Member of the Year. Like, holy cow, that's pretty cool. How did it feel to get awarded Member of the Year today?
It was an honor. It was very unexpected. It was difficult for me because I'm not usually in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But it was a really good experience.
So, Members of the Year get it because they contributed in a significant way. So, without, and allow yourself to brag a little bit here, but what did you contribute to this community in a way that allowed you to get recognized? Because that's no small honor. I mean, it's a pretty cool thing, but you contributed a lot. So give me a sense of the things that brought this day to pass.
So I am the chair, or really co-chair of the CSDS Council.
Right.
It's a really awesome team. I'll just shout out a few of the people. So Colin Scott, Angie Wade, Trey Purdue. We work together really hard to promote the CSDS program. The CSDS program is Certified Secure Destruction Specialist. It's for professionals so that they can demonstrate their knowledge of the industry to their clients and to our peers. And we found that membership in the program was lagging. And so we really did a deep dive into why that might be happening. We had less and less people taking the exam every year, and we made some revisions. And we found that obtaining CEUs was a bit onerous. A lot of people were afraid of the essay portion of the exam. And so we made some changes in order to make it more obtainable for iSIGMA members to achieve this designation. And I'm happy to report that our attendance to the exam doubled this year.
Did it really?
It did.
It doubled?
Really did.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, and some people did mention that the essay being gone was part of the reason why they decided to go for it this year. And so we're going to continue to make those changes and to promote the program. And I think iSIGMA recognized that. So.
Well, you know what's really cool? I've had a couple of conversations, not in the studio, but just in the hallways, of people who have never been to an iSIGMA conference before who came because they were doing the exam.
Oh, that's so
Isn't that
interesting.
cool?
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm coming to do the exam and I'm going to stay for the conference.
That's nice. I like that.
Which is a really cool, just anecdotal benefit to that. So, I know you got a really cool team. And I know
Yes.
that your committee is doing really cool work, but ultimately to you, thank you for leading the charge. Thank you for being the person who has to pull everybody together and make sure they show up at meetings. And so thank you for that, for the community. And ultimately, you've helped to make this thing all better. So I really appreciate you, and a honor well-deserved today. So thank you for all you're doing. And I know you're doing really cool work at Access, so continued success in what you're doing. And I really appreciate you being here.
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciated the time.
Thank you.